Good evening and welcome to ABS Insider News. Tonight we shall bring you a story of mother with quintuplets and how others who mock those eating outside now patronize food vendors with pride. Well, join us after this and more after the hard news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor Willie Obiano has been commended for payment of the counterpart fund of over 50 million naira for Community Social Development Agency. The commendation came from the traditional rulers and President General in Oka North Council area during a one-day sensitization meeting on World Bank-assisted community and social development projects. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the report.
The sensitization was for traditional rulers, President General, women leaders, and youth leaders of all the communities in Oka North local government area, while intimating the participants on the mission of the project at Achala, the council headquarters of Oka North. The board chairman of the agency and traditional ruler of Nteje, Igwe Roland Odebo, said the agency was established to bring beneficial packages to 5 mapped-out poorest local councils in the state to alleviate their suffering and assist them with amenities to make life meaningful. Igwe Odebo said Governor Obiano saw the benefits and paid the counterpart fund for the councils involved to benefit 10 million each, calling on the committee that will be involved to harmonize with the traditional rulers on the projects that their community is in their need of.
Can you be even Okulu Maka toilet? Nadia Munya government toilet, na Oyata. And I will say the next week or two, but then my operator as well. Audience man over there, let's get it. About toilet here. The name of project is the one of the youth. I believe I'm not down the temple. I am right. Go and get all education by level.
The transition committee chairman of the council, Mr. Lawrence Onwuzilike, represented by Mr. Emmanuel Okonkwo, appreciated the efforts of the governor in seeing that the state is among the 30 states that run the program, charging the participants to do the needful towards the project kickoff. In a PowerPoint illustration, the general manager of the agency, Mr. Chudi Mojehu, said the objectives of the project include empowering the communities with grants to develop, implement, and monitor micro-social and natural resources infrastructure projects. He stated that the project must pass through the local government to the communities and it requires evidence of community participation. Speaking on behalf of the participants, the traditional ruler of Obo family, Igwe Ernest Madebune, and his Ebenebe counterpart, Igwe Chukwuemeka Nnebuna, say the project is a welcome development as they will all embrace it for the betterment and progress of their communities. They call for cordial relationship of their subjects. The meeting featured a question and answer session from Achala, Oka North Council headquarters. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
A Catholic prelate, Most Reverend Peter Okbaleke, has underscored the necessity for every Christian to draw closer to God through the Holy Communion. Bishop Okbaleke drummed this into the ears of congregation at St. Joseph the Worker Chaplaincy Oka in his sermon during a Holy Mass there. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye now reports.
To Bishop Okbaleke, Holy Communion remains the highest sacrament of the Church, and as such, every true Christian must endeavor to receive it for both their spiritual and physical upliftment. The Catholic bishop charged parents to train their children with the fear of the Lord for their future well-being and the good of the society.
And a new catechism, na abụtupu nke nna anyị Jesu Kristi abụtupu nke nna anyị Jesu Kristi dị n'ụdị acha na mmanya.
at the Anglican Church of the Holy Spirit, Oka, an Anglican priest, Reverend Justin Onyakabusi, revealed that human beings are in transit in life, adding that everyone must prepare him or herself for life eternal.
My message today is centered on for a while. That is to tell you that nothing is permanent in life. Nothing. Even the post of permanent secretaries are not permanent. We are in transit. There is nothing as permanent as change. And so wherever you find yourself today, know that you will not be there forever.
Also delivering a homily at the Kingdom of Grace International Ministry, Oka, Reverend Dr. Top Felix implored all Christians to have absolute faith in God in order to excel in whatever they do in life.
Faith is very important in someone's life. Faith is something that grows, and this faith grows through the hearing of the word of God. Hallelujah.
Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The state head of service, Mr. Harry Udu, has reassured workers and pensioners in the state of their welfare. Mr. Udu gave the assurance while addressing the Nigerian Union of Public Service, Reportorial, Secretarial and Data Processors Allied staff, who paid him a courtesy visit at the HOS Conference Hall, Jerome Udoji Secretariat Complex in Oka. Mr. Udu said that the state government had taken interests of workers and pensioners as top priority and first charge, adding that the governor has initiated plans to review workers' salary and they are at the point of transition from the old system of pension scheme to the contributory system. The HOS emphasized that the contributory pension system has made it less stressful for pensioners to receive their pensions a few months after retirement. He commended Governor Willie Obiano's administration as it was poised to pilot the affairs of the state workforce in the right direction and urged workers to put in their best in order to take the state to enviable heights. Mr. Udu lauded the union for the supportive measures towards the upliftment of workers' welfare and assured of government support to workers. The recent decision of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, to field a presidential candidate of northern extraction in the 2019 general election has been described as a brilliant political permutation. In a statement in Oka, the Senior Special Assistant on Grassroots Media Mobilization to Governor Willie Obiano, Mr. Ebunamuta, explained that the move would expand the political horizon of the party in Nigeria. Mr. Amuta described the national leader and Board of Trustees chairman of APGA, Governor Obiano, as a pragmatic and realistic politician who places high premium on fundamental interests of APGA and Ndibo. He maintained that the resolution of the Board of Trustees of APGA to zone the presidential and vice presidential slots to the north and southeast respectively in the forthcoming general elections was a pleasant reminder of the political acumen of late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who many times in the past saved Ndibo from outright political marginalization in Nigeria, as is unfortunately the case today. The governor's grassroots media mobilizer enthused that with this positive development, APGA would have greater national outlook in the 2019 general polls, pointing out that in the likely event of a second bailout in the presidential election, the party would be in a better position to go into mutually beneficial negotiations and agreements with other political parties to form coalition government at the federal level. Mr. Amuta, however, charged the party's hierarchy at the national level to intensify its public enlightenment campaign in order to effectively mobilize grassroots support for APGA in the next year's general polls in the country. And now sports. Otara Nnewi has emerged the winner of the 2018 Nwafo Rizu Unity Cup, cutting home the grand prize of 400,000 naira. The tournament, which was organized by Nsukora Nnewi in honor of the former Senate President and one-time acting President of Nigeria, Dr. Kweke Nwafo Rizu, was also aimed at making 2018 Afiolo Festival more colorful and attractive. Valentine Mbaduga has the report.
The first runner-up was Uragu, which went home with 300,000 naira, followed by Nnewichi, 200,000 naira, and Umudim, 100,000 naira. It was all celebration and jubilation at Nnewi High School as the cream of Nnewi society gathered to witness the closing ceremony of 2018 Nwafo Rizu Unity Cup. Princess Esom Nwafo Rizu and Prince Nnamsom Nwafo Rizu, as co-sponsors of the event, expressed their joy over the respect and honor accorded to their father, while thanking the leadership of Nnewi for the initiative and contributions towards the success of the event.
I'm most grateful to the organizers who, first of all, thought out that it's good to give my father the honor of playing football in his name. Nnewi has been very appreciative of my father, and I'm very grateful to the organizers, the Nzukọ Nnewi, who brought up the whole idea of playing football in his honor.
My heart is full of gladness. The what happened today is historical. And session, first of all, we go to the initiators of this events, which is Nzukọ Nnewi, ably led by the Chief Udemezue, and to the young man, C. Frank.
On their part, the President General of Nzukọ Nnewi, Mr. Ugochukwu Udemezue, and Prince Chinedu Orizu thanked the donor and main sponsor of the competition for his gesture and called on Anambra to emulate him so as to promote peace, unity, and progress within the state. Also speaking, the main sponsor of the event, Mr. Okechukwu Udogu from Nnewichi, noted that his intention is to develop the youth through sports. He added that such events helps in exposing hidden talents of the youth, as those who did well will be excited in developing their football skills and career.
Akweke Nwafo Rizu nke chibu Nigeria ehie ahụ gara aga, so when as guy lutakwe no one of the hero Nnewi nwelu, so when I China we kwado the cup.
The captain of the Otolo team that went home with the gold cup, Mr. Kingsley Chukwuma Okatu, while extending his gratitude to both the organizers and the sponsors of the tournament, noted that the event is spectacular as they have never witnessed such.
You know that others have not been doing it. They are doing it, but this one is different. I really give it kudos. I give it thank him a lot.
Highlights of the event was the presentation of checks and handing over of the cup to the winner. From Nnewi High School in Nnewi, Valentine Anambra reporting for ABS News.
And it's congratulations to the winning team. You're still watching ABS Television News, Channel 24 Oka. A commercial break beckons, and once we're done with that, we'll welcome you warmly to Insider News. Stay on.
Come on, look at this guy. Yeah, that's it. Fall back. Fall back. Oh, big boys.
Tum refreshes and sharpens your senses, making you come alive.
All right, glad to have you back and welcome proper to Insider News. On our first story, it is often said that a mother never abandons her children, especially in terms of needs. No wonder the prompt response by Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwubiano, who paid the medical bills of the mother of the quintuplets, Mrs. Ifoma Nwaka, who put to bed at Life International Hospital, Oka. Let us join Ngozi Bileri in this report as she tells us the story from when the babies were delivered. Her reports.
Felt like the whole world is crumbling down on you? Have you ever doubted the possibility of having a 3-square meal a day in the face of financial constraints? Have you ever seen your children cry for food when you have no food to give them? And for women especially, have you ever stayed in a hospital when you have been discharged after giving birth to a child but could not offset your bills? For those who have never been in any of the above-mentioned situations, they will not understand. Mrs. Ifoma Nwaka was delivered of quintuplets, 3 boys and 2 girls, in her second pregnancy, though through in vitro fertilization process. But the situation, which would be a miracle at a point, began to take a stressful turn due to the financial obligation that comes with it. At the time the mother of the quintuplets and her children were discharged, spirited individuals had donated sums in tune of 800,000 naira and more to Mrs. Nwaka. But yet, the bill the babies accumulated and the medical bills of the mother of the quintuplets were about 1.78 million naira. But when all hope was lost, Mama Anambra came in. Some call her a woman with a heart of gold. She has bagged so many awards for humanitarian services, the only woman in Anambra State that has built and is still building houses for the less privileged. She is taking the youths off the streets by training them in various skills. She ensures that mad people roaming the streets are cared for. In fact, recently, a woman killed in her cafe home at Nteje was reunited with her family after so many years of roaming the streets.
Because if I'm a mass in the world, I'm an Ebuena. Will you help by your fellow human being? Write your name in gold, diamond. Write your name in the sand of the soil, ABC. No home, there's no roof over her head. But this man, despite the hardship, tried, put the resources together to build this 2-bedroom bungalow for this woman and her family. We continue to thank God for him, for his life, and that of his family. And we will now declare this house open to the glory of God, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
No task is too big for her to undertake once it has to do with her children. The wife of the Anambra State Governor, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, paid the bill for Mrs. Ifeoma Nwaka. Nneoma, Nnema Mgboji agụ nwa, Otabili onye nwa. Insider News and the entire ABS are joining the Nwakas in saying, may God continue to uphold you with his mighty hands. May you never stumble as you work for the good of your children. You are indeed an epitome of motherhood.
I understand the babies were had on the 8th of this month and they were discharged about a week ago, but they couldn't leave because they could not settle their bills. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, to ensure that something is done, by way of using through my NGO to sort out the bills so the babies and the mother can go home and the family will get to enjoy the newborns. So that's why we are here. We're going to settle the debts. Thanks to the management of this facility, they've given us additional 5% discount. So we're going to be paying the bills so the babies and the mother can be released to go home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Chief Medical Director of Life International Hospital, Professor Joseph Ike Chebelo, was awed by Chief Mrs. Obiano's gesture.
Very grateful to the wife of the governor for this visit and for her magnanimity and charity to the less privileged and every other thing. To have 5 at once is a blessing, but sometimes, some blessings can bring in some tension in the family and in the environment. But Her Excellency stepping into this is a very great relief for the home and every other thing. We are grateful as a facility for her coming into this facility. It's relatively new, like Her Excellency said, but it's what Anambra State needs, giving us a world-class facility that can take care of responsibilities like this. Because these babies may have died somewhere else, but they've been managed successfully. Mother is safe, and the babies are safe. That's what we are looking at. Medical expertise at the best level.
Mrs. Nwaka, on her part, couldn't believe her eyes as she said her family's testimony is complete.
God who made it will also provide for the whole thing. I was very, very happy. I just thank God. It's marvelous. I am very happy to see her. At least these babies has made me to see her one-on-one, see her in person. I've been seeing her on television, hearing about her, the great things she has been doing, how wonderful she is. But today, I will see her in person. at least. Hallelujah.
We find that great. In fact, beyond human expression, the happiness is at the extreme. There is nothing that I have ever seen since I was born that is as great as this. It wasn't a surprise at the end because we were following it up for the past 8 months. Wow. I can only say thank you, God, and thank you, everybody. Because for me, since I graduated from Futo, went on service, I've not been into anything government. There hasn't been any government presence in anything that I've been doing. It has been personal struggle all the way. And now that this gift has come, and has come this way, human beings for that matter, given to us in this magnitude, it has brought government attention. In fact, popularity even, because some people are abroad, we are sending pictures of the entire family taken by the pressmen here. So it has given us a lot of joy.
In all, it is good for one to save treasures in heaven by touching lives. Chief Mrs. Obiano is not just a hero in this life. And I pray that after our sojourn on earth, let God reward her good deeds with heavenly inheritance. I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS Insider News.
Right, we join the workers in celebrating those bundles. And also, many thanks to this quintessential woman, Nnenenye Mbojago, our amiable governor's wife, Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwubiano, for paying, or rather offsetting the bills of those lovely families. To God be the glory that she is around to clean the tears of these beautiful children and this lovely family. All right, away from that, gone are the days when people hide or sneak into restaurants or commercial food joints to eat. These days, even those who mock others now patronize food vendors with pride. Why? What went wrong? And what brought about the situation? Have you ever been a victim of this? All right, Chidima Ikanyonwu, who went to town to conduct opinion poll on that, is at hand for the details.
In olden days, one of the virtues of a well-trained man or woman, especially woman, is cooking at home. But today, eating out is fast becoming a way of life, especially in the urban cities. It is a known fact that bachelors are known to be eating junks and fast food. But these days, virtually everybody eats out, including traditional title holders. A visit to some restaurants was met with various reasons why some said they eat out for fun, others said they do not have time to cook due to their tight schedule, and some others said because they feel it is cheaper and less stressful.
Any food in the outside just manage it. Can't be like someone like this very well. They're very good. I'm a chef.
Well, I think it's for fun. It's for fun. It's maybe changing my environment. You're right. I'm a little for Ghana and I cook in my house. So me eating outside is just for changing my environment and then stress. As if you avoid stress, let me say that way. To avoid stress.
First time move out to see what is happening in the restaurant. Because I'm interested in fish, so I want to see the level of consumption of fish, and see in what form the fish is served in the restaurant, in public places.
Managers of some restaurants who have been in the business for almost 3 years burn their minds on the trend.
outside. We go na munye anaghị esitesi ụdị ahụ
ọ chọrọ ka esie n'ụlọ ọpụta outside bịa n'ihe nọ ya na-akọ ọsụ ya
uche na ha kpatara na ha na-eri outside na ha na-arụ ọrụ oyibo bụkwara ha anaghị enwe chance na ha na-arụ ụfọdụ ịma na ọ na-adị mma ili ofe egusi ili ofe elie nke esi ife nke esi n'ezi ka afịa wee na-aga n'ihi mmadụ.
Be it as it may, food is a necessary ingredient needed by every human being, whether one cooks at home or eats out. The bottom line is that everyone needs food to survive. In other words, the saying that man must work is very correct.
It's obvious the reasons why so many people eat out. Some eat out for fun, while others eat out because they don't have time. Yet others eat out simply because they don't know how to cook. In Oka, I am Chidimi Kanyon, reporting for Insider News.
Many thanks, Chidima. I really want to, it is a necessary evil to eat out some of the time, but don't you ever make it a habit. Your guess is as good as mine, and I always say different strokes for different folks. Do remember that you can listen to news and programs on ABS 88.5 FM from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like I said, www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And that does it on our news for tonight. Thank you so immensely for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Kachifo.